Guys, this is the first astrology tarot reading I've done in a long time. I was doing them weekly and then monthly, and then I just got too super busy with school. I'm almost complete my 3-year degree, and I just need to put all my attention and focus on school. I don't know what happened in the new moon in Pisces yesterday, but it was amazing. The energy was absolutely amazing, despite the fact that it's sandwiched between Mercury going into retrograde on the 5th and Uranus coming into Taurus today. So I just had this really profound magical experience, and I wanted to tune in and see what it was like for everyone else. Um, so I'll just give you a quick story about my experience yesterday. I woke up at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5, 6, 7 a.m., and I was really just drawn to like searching and seeking out crescent moon images in stone carvings, wood carvings, drawings, paintings, like just anything whimsical and ethereal. I was really drawn to just hours. I did this for hours. I couldn't sleep, and I never usually go on my phone in the middle of the night. Number one, it disrupts my husband's sleep, because I was just doing it in the bed. I was just like online on Instagram, and I was following all these different artists. I got so inspired. I felt like I was in this magical world. And then I woke up, did the whole mom thing, took my daughter to school, and spent literally most of my day up until I went to student clinic in the evening, just like endlessly searching for these images of crescent moons. I was obsessed with just the image of a moon, full moon, crescent moon, just moon. And then it wasn't until around 5:30 p.m. I had a customer come into the store and mention that it was the new moon in Pisces, and I had completely forgotten that it was the new moon in Pisces. It felt like I was in another world, honestly. It just felt magical, and I was looking at angel aura stones. I brought one so you could see how pretty they are. I just have a little teeny tiny one here. It's not really showing up in the light, but it's kind of like that iridescent color. So I was looking up a lot of stones like that. Labradorite. So it kind of has that, I don't know if you can see it, like Northern Lights effect. You see that? Ooh, pretty. Anyways, I was just obsessed with online magical stones, magical carvings, fairies, and everything like that. And I just allowed myself to kind of indulge in searching for these items that I wasn't planning on really purchasing. I just wanted to look at them and look at what other artists are doing. And actually today, I gathered up all my watercolor supplies that I had buried in my closet, and I'm going to start painting at some point today. And this happens to me a couple times a year, where I just get this itch in my hand. Please leave a comment below if this happens to you. But like I get this itch in my hand, or like this restless feeling, and I have to create something with my hands. It doesn't matter what it is, but I start to crave almost like a nesting feeling. If any of you have had that experience of nesting, it's like something takes over me and I have to actually create something. Sometimes I have this craving to work with yarn, and I'll start knitting some random like scarf. Pretty much that's all I know how to knit. Or like I feel like I have to sew, or I feel like I have to paint or draw, or just produce something like a carving or something like that. So that's kind of the feeling I had yesterday, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to create. I knew it had to do with the moon. I have to create something that is moon like related. So I'm going to explore that, and maybe I'll post an image below, or you can visit my website or Facebook page. I'll probably post whatever I make. But for now, I wanted to tune in with the guides, invite them in, surrounding us with divine light and love, and just see what this new moon in Pisces has in store for everyone else. I know for me, because my sun sits in the 12th house, which is the house of Pisces, I feel like maybe that's why I had such a strong Piscean effect. I felt very much in the subconscious world. I didn't feel present in, like, amongst other people. Like, I felt a little bit withdrawn, not wanting to really connect with anyone, just wanting to kind of daydream and just be with my thoughts, and just, it was very dreamlike and so beautiful. It felt so magical, and it still feels like that. The energy today for me personally is just amazing, which is a nice change, you know, considering it was super depressing. The winter's been long and cold, and I was a bit grumpy last week, and just over winter we had a couple major snowstorms in the East Coast. And it's still really cold out, and there's still lots of snow, and I still can't go on my hiking trails because it's just too, you know, whatever. But I feel really good. Like, I feel like, I don't know how to explain it. So I want to see what it's like for everyone else. So we'll ask the guides to surround us with divine light and love, and we'll just see what's going on with everyone out there. I did get messages before I made the video that labradorite is a really good stone for everyone right now. That's the one that I held up. This one here. I don't know what's going on with my... So this is classic Mercury retrograde. I'm just going to leave it and see what happens. But classic Mercury retrograde, our items are going to be kind of screwing up, which I have noticed in the last 3 days. Like, my computer's, you know, freezing a lot and whatever. Just be with it. Mercury retrograde is nothing to fear. It actually is inviting you to go inward, think about what you're doing, what you're thinking, how you're communicating with others, why you're spending time, you know, with or in certain relationships. And I do feel like that's pertinent this month because the full moon is in Libra, again, a relationship sign. And so there's going to be a lot of us, and this is the message that's coming through right now for everyone out there. There's going to be a lot of us that are going to start really thinking long and hard about the people we're with, maybe the company we're with, the partner we're with, the friendships we have. And during Mercury retrograde, it isn't advisable to actually spend a lot of time talking, communicating with other people. Obviously we have to, but like, don't go into those deep philosophical conversations with someone about why you're in a relationship with them, because you're just not going to be able to hold the conversation. There's going to be a lot of misunderstandings. Some of you might just hear things that aren't being said. In any case, not everyone, this isn't one shoe fits all, because some of us are born under a Mercury retrograde. In that case, none of the rules really apply to you guys, and you might feel more comfortable during this period of time, which I think it's about 3 weeks. So let's see what else the guides have for us. Yeah, it's about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, I want to say. Mercury's in retrograde. So I always think about just reviewing things, reflecting, renewing things. It's a great time of year to do that, the spring. Getting rid of stuff that's not really working for you, and that includes people. Sometimes that includes people, right? So I'm just waiting for the guides to give me a sign to stop shuffling. Let's see, what's in store for everyone watching? What's in store for everyone watching? What does this new moon mean for everyone watching? So the first card that I have, again, it's just exactly what I was just talking about. It's talking about friendships, but it's in reverse. So it's like, you know, it's not really a time to go out and celebrate. It's the Three of Cups in reverse. It's not really a time to go be amongst people. It's exactly what I just said. So I won't go over that again because I have a tendency to repeat myself. So the Strength card comes up as well. The Strength card, I feel like if we were to spend more time with ourselves and really not just knowing who we are based on other people's opinions of what they think we are, but going inward and really getting to know who we are, asking ourselves that question, that deeper question, like, who am I? We would recognize the strength that we have, and we would become stronger because we spent that time with ourselves. There's nothing more unattractive than someone that can't be alone with themselves and be happy alone with themselves, that can't enjoy the time they have. And I think of myself in my early 20s as opposed to now, and I just think I was not able to be with myself. The universe put me alone, but I didn't like it. And now when I have time alone, I freaking celebrate it. Like, I lay out the food, I have the music going, or complete silence, usually complete silence. It's just, I love it. I love spending time alone. It doesn't mean I don't like being with other people, but I prefer, honestly, to be alone. It's a weird thing that I've noticed has changed in my life as I've gotten older. And there's a value and a strength that comes from that feeling when you can be completely comfortable being alone and you don't need anyone else. It's not that you don't need anyone, but you don't crave to have attention from other people. You don't need their personal opinion or biases. There's nothing that you need from people. And the irony is, when you get to that point, people will constantly say the things you always wanted to hear. You don't even have to ask. It's like, it's just a weird thing that I've noticed in the universe as I've gotten older. So let's see what else is in store for everyone in the month of March. I guess I'll just do the month of March. Mostly I wanted to see about this new moon, how that affects everyone watching. So let's see what's going on there. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of major arcana cards coming up. So in the traditional tarot, this is the Hierophant card, or the Pope. There's a couple other names for it, I can't remember. And it's a card about getting things in order, getting your house in order, looking and reflecting again on traditional versus modern approaches to life. We have the Hangman in reverse again. Try not to struggle when you feel like, things aren't moving. Like, Mercury retrograde is not a time to really put out a promotional marketing or sign contracts or get new things or get involved in a new relationship. It's a time to really step back and, like I said, go inward. So these are just basically reiterating everything I said at the very beginning in terms of Mercury retrograde. So, whoop. Let's see what that jumper has. Yeah, again, another card saying a search for new meaning. So you have to dig deeper right now. That's what this Pisces new moon is all about. At least this is what the cards are saying, and this is what I was feeling. If you learn about Pisces in the 12th, that rules the 12th house, it's really a sign, it's a water sign, but it's also, like one of my astrology teachers said, it's the sign of fog. So it's kind of hard sometimes to maneuver. And there we go again with the jamming up of the video. Sorry guys, this video is going to be pretty choppy. Mercury retrograde. So anyways, what was he saying? Yeah, Pisces is like fog. So, this time is a little bit blurry. Your feelings might be a little bit blurry inside. And it's a great time to just allow for yourself to sit amongst the unknown, the subconscious, and just be. Just be still. Don't fight it, okay? The Hangman in reverse. Don't fight it. You have a feeling inside you that there's something better waiting for you, that you just have to look at life from a different perspective. And that's going inward helps you to do that. When you take the time to disengage from the world around you, maybe, it will be It will probably be easier if you did it voluntarily. So, for example, disconnect from the internet, because what's going to happen is Mercury is going to come in there and smash your computer somehow, or um, your phone's not going to be working the right way, or something like that, so that you end up having to get off the computer and get off the phone anyways. But instead of being frustrated and mad about your technology breaking down, which you're used to being outward, in the technological world, use that as a sign. Okay, I'm just supposed to disengage from this, and I'm supposed to maybe go for a walk in nature. I'm supposed to do some art making. I'm supposed to sit in meditation. I'm supposed to do yoga, whatever it is. Whatever it is. But I do recommend that you think about your life in a logical format right now. Like, don't get overwhelmed. I have the Knight of Swords here. Try to cut through your emotions, because sometimes Pisces energy can be quite emotionally like soggy almost, just taking on everything. And it's important to, going back to the Hierophant card and going back to this card here, to just think logically about your life so that you can make a better plan for yourself, because there's something better waiting for you. There's a better way of doing things. That's what I'm hearing for you, and you already know that. The guides are saying you already know and get a sense that there's something better for you. So it's just a matter of accepting that. It doesn't mean like, you have to fall apart about that. There's nothing worse than, knowing there's something better, but then not doing it, but then falling apart because you're miserable. Or knowing there's something better and falling apart because you have to make a change even though you were miserable. I hope this is making sense. So last card for you guys. Last card, any other messages for the viewers regarding this Pisces new moon or anything else in general? Yep. It's again exactly what I said. 5 of Wands. You do want to remove yourself from everyone. Just the pettiness, the drama, whatever's going on with you guys. If it's at work, if it's at home, or if it's both. This is an opportunity. This is an invitation. This is me giving you permission, the guides giving you permission to just disengage. You can resolve these dramatical issues with people around you. And the one way you can do that is just completely disengage. They are bringing to my attention the medicine totem opossum. I might have mentioned this medicine before. It's a great medicine totem. The opossum will pretend it's dead when it's being, when a predator is trying to kill it. It will excrete a hormone that tells the predator it's been dead for a really long time, and then the predator doesn't want to have anything to do with it. And it will lay there and it excretes these hormones. It's amazing. I mean, that an animal can do this. And the message that this animal, opossum, brings to you is that's how you get away from people that you just need to get away from, or how you disengage. You stop paying attention to people, you stop fighting them, proving them, you just get out of the battle, A challenge you can resolve. You just remove yourself from the situation, but to the point where your energy is, it's not just a pretending to ignore or biting your tongue. You actually just energetically change. So it sends the message to them that you're not playing this game anymore. You don't want to have anything to do with the drama anymore. You don't want to live that life anymore. You're changing, and it will. You have to get deep for that. You have to go deep to make that change, to actually not give a flying F, okay? You can't just pretend it, stuff it. That doesn't help you, and it doesn't change the situation. Stuffing it and just ignoring other people is a good method sometimes, but if you really want it to change, you have to change it on the inside. You have to actually change it on the inside. And, I hear a lot of people complain about these people in their life, or these people online, or you actually don't have to pay attention. There's so many things that you could pay attention to in the world. Why waste your time on people that make you feel like shit? I mean, life is really short. Why read a bunch of negative comments, get all fired up, feel horrible, but actually take no action in changing whatever issue it is that people are fighting about? Whatever. I don't want to get sidetracked, but you could spend time looking up unicorn wands or beautiful auralite crystals, or watching a video that inspires you, rather than wasting any time on these individuals in life that are just bottom feeders. And it's not to say that you're better than them. I've been a bottom feeder in my life, and so probably have you. We've all been there, done that. It takes discipline and work to get your ass out and up and rise up. And that's what the Strength card is all about. It's rising up, going beyond your limits. Mercury is saying, F you guys. Okay. Sorry, it's going to be super choppy. I hope this is not terrible for you guys to watch. But anyways, I'm going to end there. Grab some labradorite. It's good for getting out thoughts that you don't like, don't want to have, but keep having them anyways. I call it the sage of the stone world because it does purify and remove thoughts from the root. Very powerful stone. This is particularly from Madagascar. You can tell by the black veins it has. And it comes in all different colors, shapes, and sizes. Look at that. And just holding it, like, it just feels amazing. When I find when it touches the skin, you feel energetically things coming out of the body. Stored trauma, things like that. I use it a lot in my practice. So hope that helps, guys. Have a wonderful new moon in Pisces type of day. Remember to do something for yourself today, and take care.